My voice. This morning I'd like to talk about the current news, one of the breaking news in the world. 3 days back, a 16-year-old boy in Texas, USA, shot his grandmother. He was living with his grandmother. Then he goes with 2 guns into a nearby primary school and he shoots 19 children and 2 teachers, 21 of them, by a 16-year-old boy. Of course, the police were alerted and they came and shot him dead. That does not end the story. The problem is, why do young people like him, a 16-year-old, we say sweet 16, why does he become like this? It is said in the United States alone, there were 22 shooting cases this year, 2022, only 5 months, and 22 shooting cases. And they say, I'm not sure of the exact number, so shooting in the supermarket, shooting in the classrooms, shooting in the street corners, and mainly young people. It's an alarming news. The world sort of shocked. Why do young people like this behave in a dramatic way like this? I don't know what you think about it, but I'd like to share my reflection. You know, we are created in God's image. We are made to do good and not to do evil. And we know very well there are forces of evil in the world today. Not only today, from the beginning of creation. The forces of evil, they seem to be taking upper hand. There's so much of war and violence everywhere in the world. There's so much of rascalism everywhere in the world. And yet we say we are shocked by all this news. And yet maybe they are just 1% or a small percentage of people who are involved in these. And everyone is affected, either physically or psychologically or mentally. The scenes the television was showing about the people in Texas, being honest to these 21 people who killed in a school by one young teenager. It's heartbreaking. And we say, why is that a few people can create breaking news and can sort of shake the world, while the majority are shocked, but they do nothing about it. So we, the good people, if they were to fill the world with goodness, then there will be more news of good things in the world happening. And they do happen, but the good people, they are not, active in filling the world with good things. And when you think of God's plan for mankind, it is just this, that we should look after this world, nature, we should look after every creature, we should look after each other, and fill this world with acts of love, acts of kindness, acts of generosity, acts of forgiveness. And these are positive aspects. And if you read St. Paul's first letter to the Corinthians chapter 13, he's telling us what is love, a litany of love. If we can fill this world with love, then I believe the crimes that take place, the shocking news that we receive every now and then, will reduce. We, as Bosconians, we've been trying to fill our minds and our hearts this month with the example of Mother Mary, who tried to do positive things in her life. Even when she was uncertain, she said yes to God's plan. And I'm sure, as the one who was conducting the prayer service today, he said, Mother Mary, we have honored class by class. We have honored her as a school, and we have just a few days more, only one more time. Next Monday we close the Marian month. I believe she will inspire us, all of us here present, to do positive things to do, things that are uplifting, loving acts. And our Rector Major has given us this trainer for this year. I'd like to keep reminding you, do everything with love, and nothing by constraint, nothing by force. And when we see some of the things happening in our school, I wonder, are we doing it with love, or are we doing it by constraint? Since we have to do it, we do it. Let the month of May, and all the happiness around us sort of challenge us to be more positive, more active in doing good, and thus sort of containing the very evil in the world. Good morning, everyone.